Hey guys, Boris Schlossberg from BKT. Good to be with you. We're going to do a review of our two trades this week. Both of them were profitable and successful, although I would say the first one was much more inferior to the second one. And let me take a look at it exactly and show you why. The first trade we did was a Euro Pound short. This was on the night of the 1st. And it was basically based on the assumption that German retail sales were going to be low, and we thought that UK data was actually going to be better than expected. Now, we had very good reasons on the data side to think that those thoughts. Turned out that we were actually wrong on both sides of the equation. German retail sales bounced back strongly, even though retail PMI numbers really suggested a much weaker production, and UK data was much worse than expected. But here's the thing about the trade that I think is very important to understand. I'm going to pull up the daily chart for you guys to take a look at and give you an idea of what it is that was going on in our minds when we were trying to trade it. Originally, what we really wanted, what was our number one assumption, was that we wanted to be long pounds. We were bullish pounds at that point. And this is, let me just pull this up. This would be right, I believe this is the first. Okay, this is the first, right. We were bullish pounds, we were coming in, we wanted to be buyers of pounds. Now, that actually would have been a much smarter trade, because as you see, the pound itself was in a trend. It was a positive uptrend, and had we decided to go long pound, we had all of this potential upward movement before the data actually went against us, and the pound came back down. The rest of the week, by the way, the pound was absolutely horrible. All the trend deteriorated as the data went against it. But the important point is, at this point on Monday night, when all things look good, when trend is positive, we should have been just simply long pound. But because we were afraid of the risk, we thought the risk was just too much, we chose to go short Euro Pound. Not nearly as good a trade, because this is the position of the Euro Pound that we were in. It's basically in middle region, doing nothing. There is no real trend, and if the data really didn't go our way, there was going to be very little that was going to help us on the Euro Pound side. Needless to say, that's exactly what occurred. We were very, very fortunate. Basically, the long pound position of the equation worked for us for about an hour. We were able to make 23 points on the trade simply by using good money management, by basically banking our profits. 23 points in Euro Pound is 46 points regular points, so still not a bad trade, but just pure luck, essentially. There was a lot of pound buying pre-positioning, pre-event. We got lucky on the move, took our profits, and then of course when the event happened, everything blew up in our faces. Now the second trade, I think, was much better. Again, I'm going to go back to the daily chart just to show you the structure of the second trade. The second trade was a long euro trade, which we took like right around here. And as you can see, the euro itself was in an uptrend. And basically, our typical methodology, the thing that we love to do, is buy the currency in a trend and have the fundamental data support our view. So at that point, we were looking for, I think, PPI numbers out of the Eurozone. We thought they were going to be hot, which in fact they were. And sure enough, the actual euro did rally at that point. This is all pre-ECB. This is the ECB turn ahead of time. The euro did rally. We could have made more money had I been able to stay in the trade. But unfortunately, I think the way the trade went down was the best that you could have done at that point, because we would have gotten taken out at break even, irrespective of how I managed it. But let me just show you how the trade went in. We basically came in around 57, 80, 92, 57, 92, like right around here. Took profits at 12, which was, at 22, which was a plus 30. And then here's the problem: the trade went up. I moved my profit below to about plus 20 to make plus 50 on the trade on the second lot. And then it came all the way back down. It would have taken us out at break even. So we would have only made 30 points, irrespective of how we managed the trade. And then, of course, as usual, the markets tend to do, it really rallied all the way through into the pre-ECB announcement. This was just the way the ball bounces. We did the best we could with it. We made 50 points. But structurally, this was a much better trade. It was a trade with trend, based upon positive fundamental expectations, and things went much smoother on that trade. Had we just simply had the price action go our way, we could have made possibly 100, 150 points. We simply got clipped out on a short retrace, and that's the way it goes. Anyways, two halfway decent trades. Next week, more recommendations from BKT. and I may be doing live trading next week, in which case I invite everybody to join us, because it's going to be some very interesting, very fun reactive trades that we do within that structure. So I'm wishing you the best of luck. Boris Schlossberg for BKT.